Welcome back to Time News TV. Today we bring you the latest updates on celebrities who sadly passed away. Join us as we look back on their lives, their achievements, and the legacies they've left behind. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a story from Time News TV.
Lara Parker, the actress cherished for her unforgettable portrayal of the witch Angelique Bouchard on the cult classic gothic soap opera Dark Shadows, passed away at the age of 84. Born Mary Lamar Rickey, Parker built a career defined by elegance, mystery, and an ability to bring emotional depth to even the most supernatural characters. Her performance as Angelique remains one of television's most iconic depictions of a vengeful sorceress, captivating audiences with a complex blend of passion, heartbreak, and villainy. Parker made her acting debut in 1967 when she joined Dan Curtis' hit ABC soap opera Dark Shadows, which centered on Jonathan Frid's tormented vampire, Barnabas Collins. Her character, Angelique, quickly became one of the show's most popular figures, adding layers of romantic tragedy and supernatural intrigue. Dark Shadows ran for 5 seasons from 1966 to 1971, and Parker's magnetic presence helped elevate the series into a beloved cult phenomenon that endures decades later. Beyond Dark Shadows, Parker built an extensive television arsenal. She appeared in well-known series such as One Life to Live, The Rockford Files, Emergency, Kojak, SWAT, and The Fall Guy. Each role showcased her versatility, allowing her to move seamlessly between drama, action, and classic TV storytelling. On the big screen, she starred in films including Save the Tiger, Race with the Devil, The Lazarus Syndrome, and Brian De Palma's Hi, Mom, which also featured a young Robert De Niro early in his career. Parker reprised her role as Angelique in the 1971 film Night of Dark Shadows, strengthening her legacy within the franchise. More than 40 years later, she delighted longtime fans by making a cameo appearance in Tim Burton's 2012 Dark Shadows film adaptation starring Johnny Depp, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Helena Bonham Carter. In addition to her acting work, Parker was also a successful author. She wrote for Dark Shadows-inspired novels Angelique's Descent, The Salem Branch, Wolf Moon Rising, and Heiress of Collinwood, expanding the lore of the series and deepening the mythology of the characters she made famous. Lara Parker's career spanned decades, but it is her Phyllis Coates, the groundbreaking actress best known as the first woman to portray Lois Lane on television, passed away at the age of 96 from natural causes. Born Gypsy in Everett-Stell, Coates built a remarkable 50-year career in Hollywood, leaving an enduring influence on the superhero genre and early television history. Her sharp wit, expressive acting, and fearless portrayals made her one of the defining actresses of the 1950s screen. Coates began her entertainment career with her debut on the 1946 television drama Faraway Hill, one of the earliest serialized TV programs in American history. Her big break came several years later when she took on the role of intrepid reporter Lois Lane in the 1951 feature film Superman and the Mole Men. Starring alongside George Reeves' iconic Clark Kent, the film's success prompted the creation of the 1950 television series Adventures of Superman, where Coates reprised her role. Her portrayal of Lois Lane set the standard for generations to come: smart, tenacious, and unafraid to dive headfirst into danger. Despite the role's popularity, Coates left after the first season due to contractual obligations and other opportunities. But her performance remains beloved by fans and historians alike. Following her Superman tenure, Coates continued to build a diverse acting portfolio. She starred in adventure serials such as Panther Girl of the Congo 1955 and appeared in cult horror favorites like I Was a Teenage Frankenstein 1957. Throughout the 1950s and 1960 seconds, she became a familiar face on television, with guest appearances on The Lone Ranger, Lassie, Leave It to Beaver, Rawhide, Perry Mason, Gunsmoke, and numerous other classic series. Her versatility allowed her to shift seamlessly between drama, westerns, family television, and science fiction. More than 4 decades after first donning the mantle of Lois Lane, Coates returned to the Superman universe with a special guest appearance in Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman in 1994, portraying Ellen Lane, Lois' mother. Her return delighted fans and offered a heartfelt nod to her legacy as the original live actor. Mark Goddard, the actor fondly remembered for his portrayal of the courageous and quick-tempered Major Don West on the iconic 1960 sci-fi series Lost in Space, passed away at the age of 87. Born Charles Harvey Goddard, He became a familiar face in American television through his steady presence in dramas, comedies, and adventure series throughout the late 1950s and into the decades that followed. His charisma, earnest performances, and versatility made him a respected figure among fans of classic television. Goddard began his acting career in Hollywood with appearances on popular shows such as Johnny Ringo and The Detectives, where he quickly demonstrated a talent for playing tough, likable characters. His breakout role came in 1965 when he was cast as Major Don West in Lost in Space, Irwin Allen's imaginative sci-fi adventure about the Robinson family, who become stranded in space after sabotage disrupts their mission to colonize Alpha Centauri. Goddard's portrayal of the no-nonsense pilot, brave, headstrong, and deeply loyal, became one of the series' defining performances. His chemistry with the ensemble cast, especially the dynamic between Don West and Dr. Zachary Smith, contributed to the show's enduring appeal. After Lost in Space concluded in 1968, Goddard continued a steady career with guest roles across television's most enduring series. He appeared in Perry Mason, Gunsmoke, The Bill Dana Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, Barnaby Jones, The Fall Guy, General Hospital, and One Life to Live, showcasing his ability to adapt to a wide range of genres from courtroom dramas and westerns to soap operas and situational comedies. His film work included roles in The Monkey's Uncle, the drama A Rage to Live, the counterculture film The Love Ins, the cult horror favorite Blue Sunshine, and the thriller Overnight Sensation. Each appearance underscored his commitment to varied and challenging roles. Goddard later embraced his legacy with the Lost in Space franchise, making appearances at conventions and fan events, and even cameoing in the 1998 film adaptation starring Gary Oldman and Matt LeBlanc. Mark Goddard leaves behind a legacy defined by his contributions to one of science fiction's most beloved television series and his decades of dedication to his craft. Jeff Burr, the horror director best known for helming the 1990 cult sequel Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, passed away at the age of 60. Throughout his career, Burr earned the admiration of genre fans for his dedication to atmospheric storytelling, practical effects, and emotionally charged character work. His films became staples in the horror community, showcasing his deep love for the genre and his talent for crafting memorable, unsettling worlds. Burr made his feature debut with the 1987 anthology film From a Whisper to a Scream, working alongside the legendary Vincent Price in what would become one of Price's final roles. The experience helped launch Burr into the horror spotlight, demonstrating his ability to blend Southern Gothic influences with contemporary cinematic style. His early success opened doors for him to continue exploring dark, character-driven narratives. In 1989, he directed Stepfather 2, further establishing himself as a filmmaker capable of revitalizing horror franchises. But it was Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre 31990 that cemented Burr's place in genre history. Starring a young Viggo Mortensen, the film faced intense scrutiny from the Motion Picture Association of America, leading Burr into a prolonged battle over the movie's content. He later recalled, "I think it was a record number of times we had to go back to the MPAA after recutting the film. I think it was 11 times. The controversy ultimately boosted the film's cult status and highlighted Burr's resilience and commitment to his vision. Throughout the 1990s, Burr continued contributing to horror cinema with titles such as Pumpkinhead 2, Blood Wings 1993, and several entries in the Puppet Master franchise. These films further showcased his ability to breathe new life into established properties while honoring the spirit that made them fan favorites. Following his passing, his booking agent Dominic Mancini paid tribute to Burr, saying, "Jeff's passion for storytelling and character creation resonated with genre fans worldwide. His legacy lives on in the enduring affection of horror enthusiasts and the cult classic." Clint Eastwood, born on May 31, 1930, in San Francisco, California, remains one of the most enduring and influential figures in American cinema. Over the course of 7 decades, he has distinguished himself as an actor, director, producer, and even composer, shaping the landscape of Hollywood with an unmistakable style marked by grit, restraint, and emotional depth. Eastwood first achieved international fame in the 1960s through his portrayal of the enigmatic man with no name in Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy, which transformed him into a global icon of the spaghetti western genre. His tough, stoic screen persona was later reinforced by his legendary turn as Inspector Harry Callahan in the Dirty Harry series, a role that solidified his place in pop culture. While his acting career propelled him into superstardom, it is Eastwood's directorial accomplishments that have earned him some of his highest praise. With films such as Unforgiven 1992, Million Dollar Baby 2004, Gran Torino 2008, American Sniper 2014, and Richard Jewell 2019, he has demonstrated a remarkable ability to create compelling, character-driven stories that resonate with audiences and critics alike. His achievements include 4 Academy Awards, 2 for Best Director and 2 for Best Picture, underscoring his standing as one of Hollywood's most respected filmmakers. Beyond entertainment, Eastwood briefly stepped into public service, serving as mayor of Carmel by the Sea from 1986 to 1988, where he was recognized for his practical leadership and civic engagement. As of 2024, Clint Eastwood is 94 years old, and public interest in his health has naturally grown as he continues to age. Although rumors occasionally circulate, Eastwood has kept details regarding his personal health largely private. However, available public appearances and reports suggest that he has maintained a relatively stable and healthy lifestyle, supported by regular exercise, clean eating, and a long-standing avoidance of smoking and other vices. His disciplined habits have often been cited as key factors in his longevity. While his public appearances have become less frequent, Eastwood remains professionally active, continuing to develop film projects. Despite the natural challenges that come with advanced age, he demonstrates notable vitality and focus, qualities that have defined his life and career for